politics doesn't pan out, you're a politician?
Not yet, and I stress the word yet. There is an election in 2 weeks and I want to run.
As a politician?
Yeah, sure. Anything against it?
No, of course not. So you think you have a good chance?
Yes, I think so. I am staggeringly gorgeous, and I have already, let's just say, convinced 20% of the voters.
Oh.
But I don't want to be just one of many. I want to be the next female mayor. Unfortunately, I still need some more votes for that, but I'll get them. If only I knew how to get them.
Oh, you want to jump straight to being the mayor. How modest. What's your election platform?
Platform? No one reads it anyway. The only problem is that I just have 2 weeks and I'm still behind 120 men.
Yeah, that's cutting it close. Maybe you should try getting a platform after all.
Oh, it's much too expensive and no one is interested anyway. I just have to be able to convince more people all at once of my qualifications is all.
You mean...
Yeah, well, do you have a better idea?
I'll think about it. If I think of something, I'll let you know. An invitation to a slideshow called Traditional Cigar Manufacturing Methods. The gatekeeper appears to use this room as an interim storage room for his paintings. The latest record by Toctic is on there. What a cool tune. They must have 4 to 5 diopters. The owner must be as blind as a bat and be bumping into everything at the moment. He is so cute! In order to get to there, I would have to go through the House of Cards, and then there would be a slaughter here. Cute, droll, cozy, and cuddly. A list with the heading, "Please enter borrowed stuffed animals. Only 1 stuffed animal per person." The gatekeeper appears to use this room as an interim storage room for his paintings. A copier. In order to get to there, I would have to go through the House of Cards, and then there would be a slaughter here. He makes a curious impression with his teddy bear shirt. I don't know why, but he really scares me. Hello. That's a nice house of cards you're building there.
Yeah. And now be quiet or the thing will fall again.
This institution gives a somewhat, well, strange impression. Was it always like that? Could you tell me a bit about it? Maybe you've noted something in particular.
Sure I can. But I won't. Otherwise I'll end up like... Oh, doesn't matter.
No, it does matter. Otherwise you'll end up like whom?
Just like people who ask too many questions.
Can I borrow the copier for a second?
Sure. Bring down my house of cards. Steal my glory, my pride, my last bit of self-respect. The spark of hope in my dreary routine, the little bit...
Yeah, okay. I'll just wait until you're finished. Nicole Charleroi. She's the director of the institute here, right?
Is she here?
No, I don't think so.
Ooh, don't scare me like that again.
Are you afraid of her?
Me? No, of course not. Shay was also never afraid. On the other hand, Shay also never had anything to do with psychopathic scientists.
What do you mean?
Oh, nothing. Nothing at all.
You look pretty determined. Are you getting money for this house of cards?
Money? No, not money. Glory. I'll be like my ancestors and go down in history.
As a house of cards builder?
Yes. Shay started the same way.
Che Guevara?
No. Chevrolet.
Okay, I understand.
Chevrolet.
I'm going.
Okay. I have to hurry anyway before the earthquake starts again.
Earthquake?
Yeah, every afternoon. Just before I finish the tallest house of cards in the world, an earthquake comes and ruins everything again. But this time, I'll make it.
Watch out that your house of cards doesn't fall down.
Yeah, make sure you don't bring down my house of cards.
Oh, heaven forbid. Okay.
Only the staff is allowed in here.
Okay. This way. See if we can get around behind her.
There are huge notches in it. It looks like somebody wildly attacked it with an axe. I hope I don't meet this someone. The writing says, "Caution. The management of this institution received reports that in recent times, strange figures in black robes were seen in the vicinity of the institution. Anyone who has seen something conspicuous or unusual is to report this immediately to the director of the institute, Dr. Charleroi." Figures in black robes. They really appear to follow me everywhere. I have to finally find out who they are and what they really want. Laundry service. Next pickup Tuesday, 2:30 p.m. It's full of dirty laundry. A pile of wood.
Take some. Might need to make a fire.
So many loudspeakers for such a small inner courtyard? Rat-a-too, rat-a-tee. Gone, gone is the balcony. The construction worker probably would be less than enthused if I take his toy away.
Well, let's talk to him.
He's just taking a break, completely atypical of a construction worker.
Atypical or typical?
Hello? Are you a member of the staff?
Me? No, heaven forbid. I'm here to repave the courtyard with asphalt. But to do that, I have to remove the old asphalt first. It's terribly hard work in this heat. I can tell you that.
I can imagine. By the way, I'm Nina.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Bernard.
Why is the courtyard being repaved? It still looks good. I've seen streets at home that look much worse.
No idea. You're right, though. It really isn't worthwhile for just a couple of patients. Whatever. I don't really care.
Who hired you?
Some Italian-American, Massimo Gattuso or something like that.
Massimo Gartuzzo?
Yes. He wants the courtyard to be finished in 3 days. It's completely unrealistic.
But you don't know why this courtyard is supposed to be repaved?
No.
Strange. How come someone like Massimo Gartuzzo has the rear yard of a nut house in a Cuban hick town surfaced with asphalt? Did you notice anything unusual about the Institute?
What do you mean by unusual? A couple of mentally challenged and a couple of doctors in a narrow room? At some point, it's difficult to differentiate between doctors and patients.
Ain't that the truth?
I feel the same way about dog owners. But did you notice anything unusual?
Apart from the fact that one of them is always screaming, screeching, or makes strange noises, truth be told, the Institute scares me a little.
Can you describe it a little more?
I don't know exactly. I just don't like it here. As soon as it gets dark, I make sure that I leave. And there isn't enough money in the world to get me to go in there.
Someone like him admitting just like that he is afraid without having a real reason for it? I should be cautious if I want to continue looking around here. Regarding your break...
Are you gonna deny me my break?
Oh no, of course not.
Good. It's short enough as it is. The old lady will start smoking again soon, and then my work starts again.
What do you mean?
The cook. As soon as I see black coming out of the chimney back there again, I have to go back to work.
Smoke as a signal to get back to work? That somehow seems familiar to me. Don't you have a watch?
Nah, I don't need one. The old lady is accurate down to the last second.
Mm-hmm.
Does the name Nicole Charleroi mean anything to you?
Not really.
She's supposed to be the boss here. You must know her.
Oh, her. Oh, God. Keep her away from me.
That bad?
Worse. She seems nice at first, but she's something between a Valkyrie and a battle axe.
Charming.
You asked me. Am I supposed to lie to you?
No. Have you gotten to know her?
Believe me, it only takes a few seconds, and that's enough for me.
Do you know a man named Manuel Perez?
Who's that?
One of the people inside.
A patient?
Yes.
No idea. I haven't had any contact with them. It's prohibited by the management.
You have a bit of a stutter. Am I correct to assume that it's caused by a childhood trauma? Or did your first girlfriend disappoint you? What tragic story is behind it?
Have you ever worked 10 hours with a jackhammer and then tried to speak halfway normal?
Oh, no, not that I know of.
I thought so. Otherwise, you wouldn't ask a question like that.
Well, then enjoy the rest of your break.
I will.
Guess we can sneak in, right? Ooh, it's a kitchen.
The food appears to have been tasty. The flies at least like it. A long pointed meat fork.
That's mine.
A braided onion rope.
Uh-huh. Onions.
Sausage tongs.
Mine.
A bunch of fresh herbs and spices. A soup ladle.
Mine. Well, we're just stocking up on all kinds of stuff
A
now.
relatively small kitchen. It's obvious this hospital does not have all that many patients. Either that, or they are all on a diet. Small brass weights.
Mm-hmm.
All piled pieces of wood like I would have learned in the Girl Scouts, had I joined them.
Little kindling.
I knew that these kinds of pseudo-magazines could help in many situations.
And a magnifying glass.
It is really astonishing how the old tricks continue to work again and again.
And that...
Hard at work, I see.
Well, anyone who works so hard is allowed to take a break once in a while.
You're entitled. Isn't your break done?
No, why?
I thought as soon as smoke comes out of the chimney...
If it's white smoke, that means the cook's still cooking. If it's black smoke, that the food is finished. And so is my break.
Oh, man. That's a long break.
Well, then enjoy the rest of your break.
I will.
This way?
Hello, what's your muse up to?
Something that all women do, taking her time.
The woman in charge. What is she really like?
Miss Charleroi? No idea. I don't have any contact with her. She greets me when she arrives in the morning. I usually don't see her at night because she often stays in the institute until really late.
Any peculiarities?
Like I said, I almost never see her.
Nurse Sabrina, what do you think of her?
If I would tell you, you would say I was sexist.
Yes, her assets are apparently very apparent. And otherwise?
Otherwise, I unfortunately don't know her very well. Women of her caliber don't mess around with average-looking gatekeepers.
You just have to convince her of your qualities.
And those would be?
Well,
Yeah, thanks for the chat.
could you perhaps paint a portrait of Nurse Sabrina?
Yeah, I guess so. Just a second. I've run out of black. I can't paint without black.
Okay, I'll take care of it. How long do you need?
Probably half a day.
You have 30 minutes.
There's no way. I need at least 3 hours.
Agreed. You have 1 hour.
It's no wonder that contemporary painters have never been able to equal the masters, if the artists are constantly rushed like this. Oh, one more thing. I can barely see Nurse Sabrina from here. She moves so gracefully, but she is also unbelievably fast. If she were to slow down a bit for a while...
I'm going to see if I can at least temporarily control the woman's hyperactivity somewhat. Then you could start painting the portrait?
Like I said, I can only paint Nurse Sabrina if I have black paint and a subject that isn't constantly jumping around.
Okay.
I'll leave you alone with your muse now.
Well,
Thanks.
We know where the record player
I'm still
is.
waiting for the kiss.
From
From
me
your muse or
or
me?
from the muse?
Both.
All right, let's go to the record player and see if we can slow it down. By placing some weights on it.
The record turns more slowly due to the weight. Still, sounds pretty good.
Sounds pretty good. Okay. We don't have cork, but we do have ash. Let's get our burnt
I think I will
log.
have to pull the coals out of the fire.
Give the charcoal to the gatekeeper. Give him the coals.
I didn't find any black paint. Do you think a piece of coal will work too?
Yes. Coal should work too.
Nice.
Do you have everything you need for the portrait now?
Yes, I think so. She's a little hard to see from here, but I'll try.
It's like The Sims. 60 minutes later.
It looks great, considering it was painted in 60 minutes. I think I've outdone myself again. Don't you think?
Yes, it's really nice. And her best features are emphasized perfectly. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. I'll put the masterpiece in a bag for you so it doesn't get dirty.
I'll leave you alone with your muse now.
Thanks.
I'm still waiting for
I'm
the-
still waiting for the kiss.
From me or from the muse?
Both.
Okay, let's show her the portrait.
Look at this. What do you think?
Oh, that's pretty. And the woman is a knockout. Oh, that's me. Oh, I always knew I was pretty, but so stunning.
Yeah, and so modest. I thought you could use it as a campaign poster.
Yeah, great idea. But one isn't enough, is it?
Women, give them a hand and they'll rip off the whole arm. If I help you out with a few more pictures, you have to help me too, okay?
Yeah, okay. And I also promise no new taxes.
Exactly. And no one wants to build a wall. I can already see you could make a really good politician. I'll see if I can come up with a few more campaign posters. Then I'll leave you to your hip swing again.
Let's burn a piece of plastic. That always brings up some black smoke.
No!
The earthquake has begun. Nina, sometimes you are really bad.
Alright, well, I think the House of Cards came down. Back to the copier room. Yep, we can take Teddy Bear. Alright, and then we want copies of the...
I used up all the copier paper. That should be enough for a campaign to cover all of Cuba.
Stop moving. Can't click on it while you're moving.
Here are the campaign posters. There's no longer anything standing in the way of your political career.
Beautiful, simply beautiful. Who could resist this woman?
No one. Help me now.
Sure, I've given you my word as a politician, haven't I?
Will you help me anyway?
Fine, just this once. But watch out for